OMG. OMG. Where the hell have you been, Jay Woods? I'm back. Yes, I know I've been on a little bit of a hiatus recently. I have excuses. So, first, my computer blew up. Not literally, but it stopped working and my power supply was burnt out. So that made me miss like a week of Kings games. And then after that, we were having issues with our internet for like a couple of days. And then just recently, I'm going to blame it on homework. I just had tons of homework and just super busy. So I haven't been able to do any Kings Morning After videos. You guys miss me? You better miss me. Because I know you missed this analysis. So I missed the Golden State game. And that was a horrible game. We lost that game. Had everybody thinking the trades were bad. Had everybody thinking the Kings were done. And everybody was just discombobulated at that loss. And it was a bad loss. I consider the Golden State Warriors a rival ever since that playoff series where we got within one game of beating them and lost to a Curry 50-point game where he came through in the clutch. And I still think we should have won that game, but the Kings just couldn't pull it off. So to me, they're rival. They're our rival now. We had overtaken them. We were better than them. We were on our way to being that next team. And then now, they got Butler and they're kind of moving back up again. So they're still our rivals. And to lose to them the way we did was a little disconcerting. So, I was a little mad about that, but it happened. But then, we needed some get back. We needed that slump buster. And Charlotte Hornets was that slump buster that we needed. We smoked them. And Zach LaVine finally had his breakaway game, his breakout game, where he scored 42 points in a huge game for him. So that was good to see, and we blew them out. It was like 130-88. I missed that game. Sorry, guys. I didn't report on it. And then we beat Utah, which was a great defeat. I mean, a couple of these games, we probably should beat these teams. We have better records than these teams. Our teams are better than these teams. So these are teams we should beat. So that happened. And then Houston came up. This is on the road, by the way. We beat Charlotte at home at the G1C, but Utah was on the road. Houston, we went out to Houston, beat up on Houston, who was second place team for the longest time. They've dropped since then, but we went out there and beat them boys in Houston. And then last night, another huge victory on the road versus Dallas. And no, Dallas is not 100%. And yes, Kyrie Irving got hurt last night. Tore his ACL. I felt so bad for Kyrie. Stepped on somebody's foot. Thought it was going to be an ankle injury. ACL. So that was really bad for Kyrie. AD was is on the verge of coming back. So that team could be decent. I mean, Kyrie matched up with AD. That could cause some problems. And they can be a good team, but we're kind of yet to see it very often. I think they played one game together, and AD got hurt in that game. So they're up. They thought they were going to be a good team, but without Kyrie, without AD, we beat Dallas. Kind of blew them out. But these are teams we should beat. We should be beating these teams. And now the Kings have moved up a little bit in the standings. So those are the games I missed. I missed the Golden State loss at home, which was a terrible loss. I missed the Charlotte Hornets win at home, which was a great get-back game. Utah on the road, we won. Houston on the road, we won. And Dallas was last night, so I'm here for the Dallas game. And the Kings are on a 4-0 streak right now, which is great. What do I always tell you guys? The Kings need to string together some of these wins. Turn these 2 wins in a row to 3 wins in a row, to 4 wins in a row, to 5. Start getting some 5, 6, 7, 8 game winning streaks under your belt. And that's how these really good teams move up the rankings. All right, so the Sacramento Kings win in Dallas 122-98. And the Kings are now 32-28 and have climbed up to the 8th spot in the Western Conference, up from 10th. And as you can see, Dallas has dropped and the Timberwolves have dropped. Hey guys, before I get too deep into the video, I ask, please press that like button. And also please subscribe to the content if you're not already subscribed. I like to talk Kings. I do the Kings post-game analysis show the day after. If you're into that stuff, click the subscribe button wherever it's at. Also, make a comment on how I'm doing. And if you can, share the content anywhere. I really appreciate it. And I just want to say, welcome YouTube and all my folks and all my friends out there. It's your guy, Jay Woods, aka Shy the Man, and I'm back at you with another episode of The Kings Morning After. Midday Cup of Joe with Jay.
I love it.
Okay, it is not morning time, and my coffee is cold-blooded like the Kings in the past 4 games during this win streak. And today is March 4th, 2025, and the day is, you know what the day is. You know what the day is. It's Tuesday. That means it is Taco Tuesday. Yeah. What is it? Taco Tuesday. What is it?
Taco Tuesday, I got the cheese, she tasting the Kool-Aid.
And the cheese, the guacamole and the cheese. Yeah. Taco Tuesday.
Migo the plug, Guadalupe.
And my cup of Joe for today is, man, look at these Kings go, man. 4-0. We're 4-0 in the past 4 games. 4-1 in the past 5 games. These are teams that we should beat, so that's good that they're beating them. What do we have to complain about? They're blowing these guys out, by the way. They're not just barely beating these teams or struggling. They're blowing these teams out. People were talking about blow up the squad. You can't blow up the squad right now anyway during the middle of the season. You know, they're still fighting. These guys are still trying to get a playoff berth or a title. So all this talk about blow up the team, you guys need to be quiet. Shut up. I mean, when can we can't blow the team up right now? The trade deadline has already passed. So how are we going to blow up the team? We need to keep playing. We need to keep pushing. These guys like DeMar DeRozan want to win the title. They want to be in the playoffs. Let them keep pushing right now. Zach LaVine, he wants to win a title. He wants to be in the playoffs. Let him keep pushing too. These guys are still fighting. These guys are still NBA players that want to win, and they're trying to win. So for you guys out there that are saying blow up the team, I totally disagree. We don't need to blow up the team. They're actually doing really well. And as Zach LaVine gains more chemistry with the team, they're just getting better and better, and they're like blowing these teams out. So do I feel like they probably need to get a full-time point guard? Yeah. Is Malik doing just fine? Yeah, he is. He's doing just fine at point guard. Is Zach LaVine kind of figuring it out at 2 guard? Yes, he is. Has DeMar DeRozan been clutch in Midday all season? Yes, he has. Domantas Sabonis has been the blue-collar worker all season. He's injured right now. He got injured. So Valanciunas got his first start last night. But he's a true center. He's out there balling, playing defense, soft touch at the basket. I mean, we have nothing to complain about right now. Keegan Murray is even stepping up his game. He's picked up his offensive numbers since the beginning of the season. So the Kings need to just keep doing what they're doing. They're rolling right now. String together these victories, string together these wins so you can keep moving up the rankings. and just keep doing what you're doing. It doesn't matter who's in front of you. Keep playing your game. Keep playing hard. Doug Christie's advice is working out so far. He's sounding like he knows what he's talking about at coach. So keep coaching Doug Christie, and these guys just need to keep rolling the way they're rolling. When they get some adversity, they get some adversity. They need to deal with it. So that's my cup of Joe. Black, one creamer. I'm going to give you guys some stats. Some quick stats. All right, so the Kings won on the road 122-98. The first and second quarter, they did a really good job, especially in the second quarter. And in the third quarter, they went ahead and blew out the Dallas Mavericks, who weren't able to score very much. And they just kept it riding all the way through the end to get the 122-98 victory. And for the Mavericks, their leading scorer was a guy off the bench named Kai Jones, who had 21 points. And their second leading scorer was also off the bench, Najee Marshall. Their starters didn't do too much. As I said, Kyrie Irving got hurt. The rest of these guys, they just didn't do anything. 5, 6, 3, 2. Klay Thompson. What happened to Klay Thompson? He only had 3 points last night. Their leading rebounder was also off the bench, Kai Jones. Assist guy was Najee Marshall, and Spencer Dinwiddie off the bench with 6 assists. Klay Thompson just didn't do anything this game. He played 25 minutes, and where was he? And for the Sacramento Kings leading scorer was Zach LaVine with 22, DeMar DeRozan with 20. Keegan Murray had a big 18 points, which is huge. If he can do that every night, that would be great. Get his average up towards 20, that would be huge. He'd be part of a big three at that point, basically. Leading rebounder was first-time starter Jonas Valanciunas with 9. Trey Lyles also came in and helped out with 9 rebounds as well, which is big for Trey Lyles off the bench. Good looking out, coming in off the bench and helping out. And the big assist getter of the night was our de facto point guard, Malik Monk, who is also our dog, with 8 big assists. Team stats. Dallas shot 45%, Kings 52%, three-point percentage. Kings were hot at 47%, hitting 16 threes, which was 9 more than Dallas Mavericks hit. So that's 27 more points for the Kings right there. Free throws, the Dallas Mavericks hit 21, Kings hit 12. Kings went 100% from the line, which is great. Mavericks hit about 9 more points from free throws than the Kings did. Total rebounds was even at 37. Assists was pretty close. Kings had 34, Mavericks had 28. Blocks for Kings, and Dallas had 1. Turnovers, Dallas had 13 turnovers, which was 6 more than the Kings. And points in the paint was pretty even. Kings had 42, Dallas had 54. Eye test. I'm going to give the Kings an eye test. Yeah, eye test. Eye test. Eye test. All right, so I'm just going to do some of the third quarter here because this was pretty much a blowout going into in the third quarter. They started pretty much blowing them out at that point. And it was just kind of a different game without Kyrie Irving. They just didn't have much out there. And at this point of the game, the Kings are up by 14.
Hurt his hamstring in the first minute of their 10-point
run. And as you can see, LaVine was hot. Keegan Murray was hot, hitting from the same spot. You got Malik Monk doing his midi hook game. Trey Lyles, when was the last time you seen Trey Lyles cut down the middle for a dunk like that? Pass from Malik Monk. Trey Lyles had an excellent rebounding game. Jake LaRavia with his three-pointer hitting. Everybody in the Kings was pretty much hitting in this game. As you can see, they had the offense going. Okay, they're saying the Kings are a great offensive team on NBA TV. That's what's up. Look, and these guys, they cannot miss. It's a 31-point game right here at this point of the fourth quarter, the beginning of the fourth quarter. Midi game, you know, DeRozan wasn't going to miss that. Beautiful pass by Malik Monk. Trey Lyles with another dunk. This must be the most dunks I've ever seen Trey Lyles get in the game. Trey Lyles looking lively. He must be pretty healthy right now. Getting position on guys, looking strong in the post. Trey Lyles playing center while Valanciunas is out. And with 7.5 left to go, it's still a 30-point game. Advance here to the 2-minute mark, and the Kings are up by 20 still. Dallas made a little bit of a comeback, but, you know, when the game is a blowout by 30 points, the team doesn't play a crazy amount of defense. They're just trying to let the clock run out at this point. Doug McDermott. Ooh, that three-pointer is pure. At this point, as you can see, they got all the bench players in the game getting some playing time in. Isaac Jones playing center. And then they dribble the clock out here. Bottom line, the Kings morning after. Bottom line. Today's bottom line is. So my bottom line is keep going, keep moving, keep playing the way you're playing. The chemistry is looking good. They're looking cohesive. They're starting to get into this. They look like they're gaining a lot of chemistry at this point. People talk about needing a point guard. Malik Monk is handling business out there. He's making some very nice passes, and maybe he might not be looking for his shot as much or driving to the basket as much. He doesn't need to. I mean, we got guys on this team that can score. He can pick and choose when he scores. Some of those passes down to Trey Lyles and the passes down to his big men are just as good as any point guard is going to give you. I mean, he's seeing guys down low, giving them bounce passes through the lane for dunks. So Malik Monk is working. I don't know if Doug Christie gave him some kind of mojo pep talk or what, but he's looking good at point guard. What else can I say about that? We have a backup point guard in Fultz and also in Keon Ellis. Keon Ellis is that defensive guy. These guys just need to keep doing what they're doing. They're on a four-win streak right now, 4-game win streak. So obviously they're doing something right. They're beating teams they're supposed to beat, which is great. And they have a little bit of a harder schedule coming up, but they need to just keep playing how they're playing. They're even playing really well on the road. And I just saw Kyrie Irving's injury on. Oh no, that's not Kyrie Irving. That's Hardy. Hardy got hurt in that game as well. So the Dallas Mavericks, I have a feeling, are going to probably drop for the rest of the season, which is good for the Kings. So pretty much bottom line, Kings need to keep playing how they're playing. Malik Monk is doing just fine at point guard. Leave him there. Levine, he looks like he is starting to feel his way through. Keep shooting that three. That three is looking good. Keep driving to the basket. DeMar, keep doing what you're doing. That midi game, that clutch game that we need at the end of games, hitting jumpers when nobody else can score. And Keegan Murray has picked up his three. So these guys just need to keep doing what they're doing. All you guys that are talking blow up the team, I don't agree with that. We need to go ahead and keep playing. There's no way to blow up the team right now anyway unless you just release guys. So they need to keep fighting. They need to keep playing. A lot of people didn't like the Levine trade. They don't like Levine for some reason, but he's doing well on this team. So bottom line, Kings, just keep doing what you're doing. Next up, as I said, the Kings have, just as I was saying, the Kings are going to have a little bit of a hard schedule coming up, and they just need to fight through it. That's what the Kings need to do. They have Denver coming up on Wednesday in a couple days, and that's on the road, by the way. So they're going to play a top contender on the road coming up. So this is going to be kind of a test, kind of a gauge of what the Kings really are, I believe. And then right after that, at home, they play San Antonio on Friday. So that's going to be interesting. De'Aaron Fox coming back in town to play us. It's going to be interesting to see if he gets booed or not. I wonder. There's a lot of people at this point that just don't like De'Aaron Fox for what he did. So We'll see if he gets booed. I don't think he'll get booed. I mean, De'Aaron Fox did a lot of really good things for the Kings, and he was here for a really long time. So, I mean, we're going to be mad at him. We're going to hate him for the final month that happened, you know, where it just seemed like he kind of pushed his way out of town. Some people believe that, and some people believe it was the front office. So I don't think the Kings fans will boo. Sacramento's kind of classy that way. We don't really boo our former guys unless they just totally torn us down and disrespected us. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. And I'll comment about that. So make sure you're subscribed so you can hear my comments on if the Sacramento Kings boo De'Aaron Fox, because I will talk about that the day after the game. So you're going to want to see that show. So make sure you're subscribed. And then click the like button if you can too. I really appreciate it. It brings more eyes to the content. We're trying to grow the channel. So click that like, click that subscribe button. I really appreciate it, guys. And as we all know, the Denver Nuggets are led by Nikola Jokic. They also have Russell Westbrook now, who has helped them a lot. Actually, he's actually found a place where he kind of fits in. Jamal Murray is back to playing like Jamal Murray. They have Aaron Gordon, Christian Braun, Michael Porter, Julian Strawther, DeAndre Jordan, Dario Saric, and Peyton Watson, Zeke, Najee, and Jalen Pickett, to name a few guys. So I'm sure most of you guys are kind of familiar with this team. They did win a championship a couple of years ago. So they still have a lot of those players still, and they're still a very dangerous team. Kings need to go in there, take it like it's a playoff game, like it means something. And it really does, because anytime they play a team in the Western Conference, it's pretty much a rivalry, and the Kings need a win to move up these standings. Betting lines. So this is the site I use to do sports bet. I also do Prize Picks as well. Prize Picks is cool because it's individual players as opposed to teams. But this site is really good if you want to do some team bets. It's like a traditional sports book. It has all sports. They even have boxing on here, which is pretty fun as well. I don't believe the Kings game will be on here yet because it's tomorrow. They usually don't do the betting lines for the other games until the day of. So yeah, they still just have Tuesday's lines on here for now. So no Kings lines, but they do have the Brooklyn Nets and the Spurs winning by 3.5. They also have the Clippers on here winning by 3.5 over the Suns, and they also have the Lakers winning by 8.5 over the Pelicans. How do you guys feel about those stats, about those lines? Do you feel any of those lines are off? Do you think the Lakers are going to win by less or lose to the Pelicans? If so, you would click on here. And you can also do team parlay bets as well. How do you think this game is going to go? Do you think the Clippers are going to win by more than 3.5? If you do, you would click there. And as you can see, I'm starting up this little parlay thing here. And if you think the Spurs are going to win by 3.5 or more, or win by less than that, win by 2 or 1, or if you think the Nets are going to just outright win, you would bet there. These are also straight line bets here and over and unders, just like a traditional casino. And then if you do a parlay bet, you stack your bets here. Say you want to do $5 bet. With those guys right there and these odds, if you bet $5, you win $30. So if you're interested in doing bets like this, I ask, go ahead and click the link down in the description. We also have a link to Prize Picks as well. If you're into that kind of betting, please use the link below. It helps out the channel. Appreciate you. And guys, if you can, I ask, can you please make a comment below? Comment on how I'm doing. Comment on how the Kings are doing. Comment on the weather. I don't care. Comment on anything. Just make a comment. It helps us kick the algorithm's ass. And also, please press that like button. If you're still watching, press that like button. And if you can, subscribe. I ask everybody to subscribe. It helps out the channel. We're new. We're trying to grow the channel. We want to do some more fun stuff later. We're going to do some live game watch parties and things like that. But you're going to want to subscribe so you can join us for that. And click that notification bell. I usually do another episode after each Kings game, the day after each Kings game. So you don't want to miss any shows. You want to see my Kings analysis the day after every Kings game. So go ahead and click that subscribe button. It helps the channel. I appreciate you. All right, I got a new quote for you guys. This one is by Rob Siltanen. Rob Siltanen. I'm not sure who that is. I guess I have the most powerful research tool in the world, Google. I could find out real quick. Okay, sounds like Rob Siltanen started an American advertisement agency located in El Segundo, California, in 1999. So it's a marketing and advertising firm that he created. So that's why he has a famous quote. And here it goes. It goes like this: people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Wow, that's really big thinking right there. People who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Wow. So think big, be crazy enough to try things that are big. You can do it. All right, guys, and that's pretty much all that I have for you guys today. I really appreciate you joining me. I really appreciate you watching this far. And if you are still watching, I hope you've clicked that like button. Hopefully you're subscribed so that you can check out the next episode the day after the next Kings game and see my analysis on the Kings morning after. Midday cup of Joe with Jay. And with that, I'm out. But before you go, watch these moves. It's good.